think I'm finally on time. Am I on time? Absolutely no idea. Let me just have a quick look here. 8 o'clock. I'm actually bang on time. Bang on time. Good evening, everybody. Where's my camera? It's up there. Hope everybody's well as usual. So I've put a YouTube short on today and had a little bit of fun, a bit of a joke with that, saying that Airfix recently posted onto their Facebook group that what do you want in your 2025 catalogue kind of thing. And there's been 14,000 comments on there. And ultimately, it all boils down to, quite tongue-in-cheek, that right at the end, I've answered on behalf of Airfix, which is absolutely no standing whatsoever. Thanks a lot. We've listened to your comments. Here you go, brand new for 2025. You're 1 in 72 Mark 1 Spitfire, because let's be fair, is that what they always do? We're going to deep dive into the comments. I'm going to share the screen. I've got some guests on tonight, and we're going to have a look, and we're going to have some banter, etc., and tell you what it's all about. In the meantime, club today, Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club. I feel like one of them newsreaders. Right, okay. So, register myself, obviously. Marky Bridge, who's joining me tonight on the stream. Bob Darcy, Bob from Doncaster. I need to give Bob a shout out a little bit later on. Lewis Dell in with Ian Clement as well. Trev popped in. Not feeling too good, but popped in. Bill popped in. Mark and Ange. Ange got 3 subs today because on your birthday month, you get your 3 subs. Jean and Rue. Jean did as a brownie, a massive brownie, actually. And do you know what? I never even had any. I've been that busy. Paul Patton turned up quite late. Paul's really poorly at the minute. Bro, love you, man. Get well soon. Which I know ain't going to happen. It's a standard thing that we say. Yeah, where's my pen gone? But yeah, get well soon. Because I know that you're poorly. Paul Pat, Martin Radforth, Graham flying all the way over from Cleethorpes as well. Great to see. And because it's the second meeting of the month, we have a table set aside for Sean at SGS Model Store, which is always fantastic. Barry came along, still building that mosquito, looks great. Mr. Chris Smith came along. Nice to see Dale. He's been a bit poorly over last week. Simon popped in as well, telling me all about how much the roads are an absolute nightmare, and I know they're an absolute nightmare. It's taking me about an hour and 20 minutes to do a 19-mile journey to work at the minute. Mark Wilson, Andy Hartup, great to see Andy today. Showed me some fantastic sort of self-adhesive decking for on top of like a battleship, a battle cruiser. If I remember rightly, if you're watching Andy, then drop me a comment. Loads and loads of comments we want tonight with the topic of conversation. Dale from Rye Hill, new starter. Dale popped in, and Leanne popped in as well. So I added that up to 1, 2. Let me do ticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 boys and girls in today down at Sesco, filling the hall up, all having the butties and one thing another. Bonus ball did really, really well today. I think we've sold 46. Bonus ball, what the bloody hell's that? So obviously to generate a little bit of income down at club, we do a bonus ball sheet. I'm not going to show you all the names, but it's basically that 1 to 59. We charge £2 a ball, and then however many balls are sold. So in this case, I think it was 46. 46 had sold times £2 is 92. And we give 80% of whatever the pot is to the winner, and 20% comes back to the club. So that was £73 for winner. It hasn't been drawn yet because we use the last lottery bonus ball of the month. Okay, so whenever that is, I think it'll be, well, it's the next Saturday. We'll use that one. £73 will go to the winner and £19 will go to the club. If you run a club or you're part of a club, it's a great thing. You don't need any of that sort of red tape to say, sign here to say if you aren't paid and one thing. No, it's not like a syndicate. It's just a bonus ball sheet. Like I said, we charge £2 a ball. Okay. And it's absolutely pucker. In what happens if all the balls don't sell? So, for example, number 14 ball has not sold. And if 14 is the bonus ball that is drawn out at the end of the month, we would have a rollover. Okay, now the ironic thing about that is in November, we always up the ante a little bit and we don't do an 80-20 split. We do 100% to the winner, but we charge £3 a ball because all the boys and girls, they all buy 2 or 3. And it's just literally, it's potluck, isn't it? So in November at £3 a ball times 59 balls, if you're any good at maths, it's £177. And the winner, if there's no winner in October, that's also another £73 on top. And 177 add 73 is 250 quid. Now, we have a Christmas shopping day every year in December. We always attack the same store. We go to Halifax Modellers World. And if you've not seen any of those videos, have a scroll down through my channel. Be over 12 months now, 11 months, and you'll see the last one that we did. And then if you go another 12 months back, you'll see the other one that we did. Okay, that's when I was vlogging. So potentially there's £250 to a winner somewhere that's been to club today, and that's not a bad little prize, that, to go to a brilliant model shop at the beginning of December. Sup in my tea, in my cup, of course. So that's that. I'm going to share my screen and have a quick flick through some photos. Let's just have a little look here. So here we go. So I'm going to make it big. So we've got a chap there, Neil Armstrong, not the Neil Armstrong, of course, who's been building some stuff, and it looks pretty tidy. It does that. Okay, wrong one, Mark. So then we're talking about presentation evening, which is coming up. Actually, it's about a month away. What is it today? 19th. So it's on 22nd of November, and you can see the function room there that we're going to hand all the awards out for the year, for the competition, etc. Little bit of a couple of videos that I've seen popping about on Facebook, so I share them to the group. A brand new Bart Sharp airbrush spray booth, the SBO4. Absolutely fantastic, brand new spray booth. Martin Radforth, here we go, Revel 1 in 48 Spitfire Mark II. Ironically, that isn't it, to say what we're going to be talking about tonight. That was me last night, finalising the presentation evening with a pint of Guinness, sat in my shed, making sure that everything is hunky-dory. And then we've got some pictures from today. Let's have a look. So we've got our Graham building nice and steady away there. And Dale as well in the background there. Back onto Dale, look in his Leeds United top. And he's building some kind of gun, which he's thoroughly enjoying. Mark and Bob. So I will talk about Bob again in a second. I've just reminded myself because you failed to do that and remind me. Thanks a lot for that. We've also got Mr. Paul Patton, Aru, Jeannie, his wife, and Leanne, who's hiding, but there she is. 2 girls together. Barry and Bill and Ange, these two absolutely get on like an house on fire because they're both actually pilots. Although Bill has retired, but Barry has not. Barry still flies his own private plane. We can see Sean there up in the top left-hand corner having a chat with Ian Clem. We've got Andy Hart up there on the end. Good evening, Andy. We've got our Ange, Bill and Barry again. Loving Angie's hair when it's nice and short. And again, Andy's shown me some fantastic things today, all to do with ships. And then I think finally Mark and Trev having a bit of a cal to see which one has got the worst life. Okay, because I think I know which one it is. So that's club today. 20, what did I say? How many were in? 23 in. Yeah, 23 in. Bonus balls done really, really well. And I managed to take a couple of snaps. So, moving swiftly on, let's get some introductions in. Let me just have a look at these comments here. Modelers United, how's tricks, chap? Fred, that's Fred. Absolutely superb, mate. Absolutely superb. Where's it gone? Here it is. Just going to share that on behalf of Fred. So me and Fred, I'm not going to say go back a long way, but you do meet people and you do sort of form very good instant friendships with people, and it's great, especially when you're on their wavelength. I met Fred, I think maybe 3, 4, might even be 5 years since. I think we were down at Telford, and instantly just clicked with Fred. I absolutely love him to bits. And because I love him to bits, Fred sent me one of those. And if you're not familiar, if you've not seen any posts of that, bloody hell, Mark, what was that? I'm just going to put it there. That is Modelers United Clear Acrylic Varnish Aqua Gloss, airbrush ready, 30mm. And if it looks familiar, look at the milky there. And if it looks familiar, it's because that is no longer in existence, but that is. So Fred sent me one down to test. Did I test it? Yes, I did. I tested it on the Meng Book missile system. Is it any good? Mwah, superb. David Taylor, good evening, Dave. Evening, Gaffer. Hope you well. Do you know what? That still makes me chuckle. That comes from James, and James is joining me again tonight. Rob says, evening, Neil Armstrong. I've just shown your stuff there, Neil. Good evening, love. I hope you are well. James is going to keep an eye on the comments for me tonight, hopefully. So let us introduce number one, James Grozier. Good evening, James.
Good evening, Gaffer.
Thank you very much. Are we all well? Do you know what? It does make me chuckle. Are we all well? Are we all good,
mate? Doing good. Yeah. Yes.
We're all good. And next to add to the stage is Mr. Bridge.
Evening, Gaffer. Evening, Jimbo.
Thank you very much.
Not bad.
Good evening. Now, so what I need to do. So, did you see the post on Facebook about what? Did you actually see that Airfix post?
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody obviously is entitled to their own opinion. I've got mine, you've got yours. But it just seems to be, tongue-in-cheek, and it is tongue-in-cheek, that it doesn't matter literally what anybody says. And I've talked to people all week. And I've talked to people as soon as I put my comments on. Mark, it doesn't matter how many times you ask for 1 in 32 stuff. Airfix don't do 1 in 32. And I'm like, but they're a kit manufacturer. What do you mean? Have you got insider knowledge or something? Airfix don't do 1 in 32. Well, is somebody not telling me something? But it would have. How many kits? How many Airfix 1 in 32 kits do you know off the top of your head?
Armor only.
That's 135th.
That's 135.
No, it's 132nd. No,
all right. Okay. Stand corrected.
Because the figures are 132nd. So some of the new stuff. I think some of the new stuff they brought out is 135. But
right.
the old stuff they used to bring out was 32nd scale.
Okay. First of all, what I'm going to say is right, because I made a little YouTube short this evening saying come and join us at 8 o'clock. We're going to look through the comments and we're going to absolutely batter them and send them back to 1977 where they belong. What you've got to remember is we're not going to be here to batter Airfix for a couple of reasons. Number one, why would you do that? We're all about positivity and we want to get some positivity back into the hobby or continue with that. And it doesn't matter whether people say, yeah, but Trumpeter are better than and Meng and Tamir. Yeah, we all have our own opinions. However, at the end of the day, Airfix, British company, through and through. We love them, we support them. Doesn't matter what they actually do. We're not here to bash Airfix. Okay, you can see the picture there. And that were my kits for kids project picture that I had.
Fred's put he keeps asking for a 124 Del Boys spam, but they never listen.
They do not never listen.
No.
And I've got absolutely no doubts whatsoever that they're not going to listen to this video either. But we're not here to bash them. We're here just to have a little look through all the comments that I'm going to put on shortly. And we're going to nod in agreement, or we're going to say, oh, no, I won't like that. But Airfix last year did me and my team an absolute service in the fact that Kits for Kids Project 2023 to raise £5,000, and I went straight to Airfix and I said, will you please sell me as many kits as you possibly can? And you can see all the boxes in both of my car there. Can you sell me as many kits as you possibly can at a great price, because we're going to give them to the kids who are staying in hospital over Christmas, and they absolutely did. They did an absolutely fantastic job. They sent me an absolute shed load of kits. Oh, that was a nice one. That's oh, my daughter painted that. That's nice, isn't it? Me and Paul Pat and our Sam and Jane down at Barnsley Hospital charity with all the kits there. And if I just go back a little bit, couple of slides, you'll see all these boxes here. Look, they're marked up for Wakey. That's how many I gave to Wakefield. And on this side, all the kits that I've got for Barnsley. So two of my beneficiaries, Barnsley Hospital and Wakefield Hospital. Me and Paul Pat handing them out. Whoa, look at that. I've just finished work. Okay. My mate Clive Brodanstaff. He went to the Royal Alexandra Children's Hospital, and he did exactly the same. Handed all his kits out to all the kids that are going to be staying over in hospital. Craigie and Mark and Ange. That's when Ange had long hair. Doing exactly the same. Airfix badge, Kits for Kids project. Yeah, Ange, she looks a bit cold there. And then we've got Fred Foot. That's not Fred, by the way. We've got Fred Foot's chosen charities. That was Glasgow Children's Hospital, and you can see taking the kits up there for all the boys and girls. And absolutely superb. So we're not gonna bash. We're not here to bash Airfix. What we're here to do is dissect the comments that the people have left. Okay, and we're going to go through them and say whether we agree. We're going to put our two anything and what we'd like to see Airfix as well. Good evening to Paul in his brand new shed. Good evening, Paul. Are you well?
Aye, not too bad. Not too bad.
Sound as a pound, mate. Sound as a pound. Right. What I need to do before we carry on is I need to find, and I'm pretty sure it's knocking about somewhere. I just need to find this Airfix thread, which is on my Facebook somewhere. It's not far away, I'm sure. So that we can deep dive into these comments. Let's have a look. Chat between yourselves for 1 minute. Here we go. That's the one. Okay, so I'm sharing the screen. That's the post that Airfix put on. What kits would you like to see in the 2025 Airfix range? And again, tongue in cheek, Paul, what I said was it doesn't matter what you say. At the end of all the comments and at the end of everything, Airfix are going to come out and say, we've listened to you. Here's your brand new tool, 1 in 72 Mark 1 Spitfire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
However, so comments now. Let's have a look here. If I'm at my screen bigger, I bet it's going to get rid of those comments, isn't it? It is. So I have to go back and make it smaller. Can you see the comments that are on there?
Absolutely not.
Barely.
Can you not?
Or until you go to your magnifying glass up the top there, Mark. Will that make it?
Let me just have a look here.
Oh no, it's just that one, isn't it?
That one's just made that screen bigger, hasn't it? Okay. I'm not sure. I've not sure. You see, on my screen, looking at you guys, I can see the comments.
No, I can see it all right on the TV, but I can't see it on the screen there.
Can't see it on the stream. So, all right, okay. So, can you see it on your TV, James?
Yes, I can. Yeah, 132nd Mark Andrews, 132nd Jaguar.
Yeah, if you can see it on your screen, that means anybody else that's watching can also see on theirs.
Yeah.
Okay. So comments. Now I did actually scroll down because there were. Let me just have a look here. There's currently 1,508 comments on 1,500, and I've got absolutely no chance of scrolling down 1,500. So starting at the top, I commented. Okay, and I put, Mark, you'll know this one, a 1 in 32 Jaguar.
Yeah.
A 1 in 32 Harrier.
Yeah.
And a 1 in 32 Buccaneer equals instant win.
Definitely.
Sells by the skipful, makes loads of people happy, and Airfix a pocket full. Pole over, close the books, turn the lights off on your way out.
Yeah.
Paul, you'd like to see some big stuff coming through with Airfix, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it's never going to happen because they don't know how to do 30-second scale.
I wonder why that is. Can we?
It's all right, we'll settle for 1/24 instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we appreciate how much? Can we appreciate between us as gentlemen how much money it would cost to make the tools, to make the molds from brand new, from scratch, to say this has got to be cost effective? Do you think that's what's holding Airfix back, the cost?
Yeah.
I said no. They're a multinational conglomerate. They've got tons of money. They'd rather invest it in 1 to 7% scale. Spitfires.
Yeah, but with all due respect, though, with regards to the 1/24 scales, you're saying about investing the money in tooling up the molds and this, that, and the other. But they done X amount of variants of the 24 scale Mosquito. They did 2 versions of the Typhoon, and they did the Hellcat a couple of years ago. Now, I mean, the Hellcat, that's fine, but it was only there for 1 year, possibly 2, and then where have the molds gone for that? They could have kept on redoing that, because now them and the Mosquitoes are asked. If you go on someone like Veteranus on Facebook, they're going for stupid money.
What's out you?
No. Yeah.
And it's only a basic kit, isn't it, Reggie?
What?
It's only a Reebok, isn't it? It's not like a new super tool kit, is it? It's only a Reebok. The
new the Hellcat, I've done the Hellcat because I picked that up for an absolute steal. And the Hellcat is magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. Detailed.
That was their sort of like relaunch baby, wasn't it? It was like, I remember that when I was such a furore about it.
Yeah.
Then they brought out the Typhoon.
Yes.
The car door and the bubble top as well, because I've got the bubble top.
Yeah, I've got the bubble top.
Yeah, but the only problem with that was the canopy. They had a problem with the canopy, didn't they, on the cast?
Yeah, but I had no issues with mine.
No, you were one. I think you were one of the lucky ones, Mark.
Yeah, but if you're on about cost effectiveness, why haven't they carried on producing the Hellcat? Yeah, they've transgressed now onto the new Mark 9 Spitfire, which was released a couple of years ago, and now the Mark 8, which, as you know yourself, Mark, I've never done it personally, but the new Mark 9 and the Mark 8 are supposedly the dog stanglers.
Absolutely, cock on.
So, I mean, but for example, you're saying about the cost effectiveness. I'm sorry about going back over to it, but again, the Hellcat. Why have they only done it for a couple of years? And what have they done with the rest of the molds? If they're wanting,
they've probably still got the molds, Mark. They've just discontinued
they've got them into storage. Yeah, they've got them into storage in the warehouse or something. But why aren't they producing it? There's obviously a market for large scale kits.
Yeah, well, they'll load off, won't they? And then when they redo it, it'll sell again.
Okay, couple of comments.
Because, like you say,
sorry to butt in. We've got Rob that says, I only build 1 in 32 and would love Airfix to build this scale. Rob, I echo that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Then adds, Airfix will never move away from 72nd. Now, if you watched...
That's the bread and butter, isn't it?
Absolutely. I was just going to say exactly that, Paul. If you watch that programme that we're on with the Hornby thing, maybe 12 months, 18 months since...
Hornby and Modeller's World,
that's it. You could almost tell that Airfix, because of the heritage, because of their Hornby scales with the double O's and the railway gauges, they are absolutely hell bent on keeping 1 in 72. They will never, and we're not asking for them to lose 1 in 72.
It's the closest scale to double O.
Bigger scales.
Yeah.
72nd scale is the closest to double O. I think it actually works out about 176.
176. Yeah, 176. Okay. Yeah.
A little bit more.
But, I mean, everybody that started on Airfix has started out, as Mark said, on a Mark 1 Spitfire in 172nd scale. I know I did. Mm-hmm. So, it's for young modelers, they're going to crack it open, think, wow, this is awesome. And then they get the joy later on when your eyes start failing and your dexterity is not good. And you think, right, okay, 48th or 32nd and then 24th.
Yeah, man.
Or you discover other companies such as Trumpeter and Meng and
And they're losing out.
Don't forget, I've left that title on there. Airfix. This is all about Airfix. What kids would you like to see in the 2025 range? And Rob's put, I do have the 1 in 24 Mozzie. Who else has got that out of you guys?
No, I want it, but no.
Sorry, I'm not rich enough for that.
He's bought the mass set and the metal undercarriage.
Well, isn't the Mozzie just a Reebok anyway?
No, it's not. No, it's a brand new
tool, is it?
It was a complete new tool when it came out. Yeah.
Still, mate.
Sean says 1 in 72 scale is still the best-selling scale, so they won't move away from it. Really? Do you think that 1 in 72 supersedes 1 in 48s? And do you think so?
Yeah, you'll always get that. You'll always get it because it's an easy scale. It's an easy scale to show and store.
Yeah. And the range in 172nd is second to none.
A lot larger.
It's more affordable for the youngsters getting into the hobby as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one. Yeah.
That's the one. Lord Luca Racing and Gaming. I don't know who that is. It's Andy Hart up, and good evening, Andy. Been down at club today. Who says they did the same with the Type 45 Destroyer, produced it for a year, and then got rid of it.
Yeah, then got rid of it.
Rob says that he moved on to the larger scales because of his fading eyesight, and you can see that I've got my specs on. James has got his on. Mark's got his on, and Paul does wear specs as well. Fred says that he's built the Mozzie. Any more comments on that, Fred? Because I do like the look of it myself.
I think that kit actually does need the metal undergear as well, doesn't it? Because the plastic is a little bit on the flimsy side.
The first thing I did for me Typhoon and the Hellcat was get a aftermarket metal undercarriage.
Yeah.
To say bloody hell, it needs it.
Yeah.
Back to Sean, SGS model. Sean says, oh, yes, the 1 in 48 is the next best-selling scale.
Yeah, for Airfix, yeah.
Right, okay. Let me just go and... Oh, bear with me. Bear with me.
Yeah, I think the Typhoon, Mark, is a lovely kit, isn't it? That 124 Typhoon.
Well, James,
you've got so many options with regards panels open and this, that, and the other cowlings open, that if you want the cowling,
but it's coming to me.
Yeah, you know there was a bit of hacking and bashing with regards to the central runner that goes over the top of the engine. Where the cowlings fit onto.
Where the cowlings, where they
Let's have a look at the comments on the thread then. So you can see my tongue-in-cheek comment there, 1,000 comments later. Right, we've listened, read all the comments. Here's your brand new 1 in 72 Mark 1 Spitfire. Got a bit of a laugh with that one. James Bam says, all needed desperately in 48th. So do we agree with this list then? The Hunter T7/8, the Jaguar GR 1 and 3, a Jaguar 2 and 4, Mark there up your street, Jet Provost T4, T5, Phantom FG1, FGR2, Short Staccato, and a Tornado. Now, and don't entertain the stupid suggestions like a 24th Vulcan or a 24th 111. I'm just going to tickle on these a couple of bit then. So a Hunter in 1 in 48. Who currently makes a Hunter in 1 in 48?
Revel, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say Revel. Yeah.
Who makes the 1 in 48 Jaguar?
They also do a 1 in 32nd Hunter as well, don't they?
Yeah, but that's an FR9.
That's an FR9. Yeah, Jaguar. Who makes the Jags?
Nobody produces them at the moment apart from Hella. They bought the old Airfix molds.
Which is what's that Meng one, Mark, that I got off you for the gift?
That was Kitty Hawk, and they're out of production.
Kitty Hawk. Yeah, the Kitty Hawk. They did the 32nd, didn't they?
Is nobody making a Jet Provost then in 148?
No.
Why would they?
Okay. Strike Master? No.
No, not as far as I know.
Master, no.
Again, both would be great additions, especially as you say in 148, because it's crying out for it. They've done the Hawk. They've got the Nat in 148. The Hawk in. I don't know if the Hawk is still in production in 48, but you need a T.
Phantom FG1, FGR2.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but cut down on the decals.
Yeah.
No good on decals, Mark.
No, cut down on the decals.
Short Staccato, no.
The Phantom, mate. It's got to have them all.
Right, okay. The one that's caught my eye there from James is Tornado. And as we all know, I've built an absolute boatload of Tornadoes over my time. Why do Airfix, it's not for you, this one, Paul. Why do Airfix need to bring out a 1 in 48 Tornado? And which one would it be? No. A 1, a 4, a wraparound, a desert? Which one? A trainer?
There was
too many of them on the market anyway.
Far too many.
I was going to say, did they brought out I think they brought out the prototype, didn't they? Airfix in one. That was in 172nd, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, it wasn't a trainer; it was a prototype. There has never been a Tornado trainer. If you're going to train, then you go straight onto a live aircraft.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought it was a prototype because it was red and white, wasn't it? I seem to remember on the box art it was red and white. Going back all those years.
Fred's got his comment on there on the Airfix thread. There, look, Del Boy's Van 1 in 24, British classic.
Yeah,
Chris Cassie, good friend of mine, says Tornado again. Because Revel has sort of cornered the market on that one. Mark Liddell, champion Mark Liddell down at club says 1 in 24 Hurricane We'll get to you in a minute with that one, Paul. Or a 109 made to the same standard as the Spitfire Mark 9. Now, Mark can talk about that because he has built the one in 20. Has he built it? Yes, he has built the one in 24 Spitfire. I've built it. James, you've got it, haven't you?
I've got it, yeah. Yeah, I fell in love with that.
Oh, it's not your scale. And Mark, Mark, have you built that Mark 9?
Not the new tool one. Sorry, I'm having a bit of pizza.
And he's having a bit of pizza. Okay.
Well, I've done the Mark 1 and the Mark 5 in 1/24.
Paul Radcliffe, 1 in 24 Hurricane ? Not your scale. Well, you're a 1 in 32.
I know it's meant to be an Airfix thing, but Trumpeters do it already. They do 2 versions. So.
Yeah, they do the 5, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
You're not wrong
they do
the. Like if people are interested in the 24, if people are interested in the 24th Hurricane, I mean, why would they ask Airfix to do it when Trumpeters are already doing it?
Well, Airfix have already done it. It's just a question of
I don't know. I mean,
I would do. Excuse me, a 1/24 Hurricane on one condition. That the decal choice is the decal pack is for 242 Squadron and Cultural Douglas Bader.
Right. Okay.
And I must admit, I reckon Airfix really eventually jumped on the 24th bandwagon because they done it years ago, didn't they? Obviously, first iteration. Yeah, I reckon they're going to end up retooling all them, Messerschmitt and the Hurricane and the Mustang and the Stuka. I reckon they're going to jump all over them.
Well, yeah.
No, I agree totally.
It's going to take a while,
Fred says, yeah, nice kits. Nice kits. It's like guys say, undercarriage delicate. Wish they do more in 24 like modern small jets, like the Hawk T1
or the Bronco.
Do you know what? Yeah. I've actually done the trainer jet, the black trainer. That was the Revel kit one in 32. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was nice. And you know what? It's a lovely size as well. So
that's not what you told me.
Yeah, well, I know. It's I'm good with that.
I think I got the T2. I think
you've got a T2. Rob says yes, please. A new 1 in 24 Hurricane tooling. You see, the argument is that if you've got. It's almost like you're saying. It's almost like you're saying. They've done the big Spitfire. They've done the big. What else have they done? Mosquito. Messerschmitt. You would automatically say that somebody round that table on a Monday morning, right? So what are we going to do? That somebody would click and say, "We've done this from World War II. We've done this, and we've got to have one of these." And it almost feels like nobody can click them bits of jigsaw together to come up with that. Does that make sense?
They seem to be all over the place anyway, don't they?
Neil says a 1 in 48 Jag Mark, that's up your street.
Reissue.
Reissue of the 1 in 20 Mosquito. And then Andy says a 300. I'm glad we have come off aircraft for a second. A 350th. I've seen that scale today. Queen Elizabeth Carrier, please. So, Andy, back to you. Thanks for tuning in. That little sort of battle cruiser that you showed me today, we talked about, like with Davey Housecroft doing the 1 in 200 Yamato, and then you were saying, oh no, Trumpeter, if you want to do a ship, it's got to be a 1 in 350th Trumpeter kit because they're sort of like this big, and the one that you showed me today, was it a 1 in 600? Or what it a 1 in 350? Just add to the comments there, mate. Just to remind me.
The 1 in 350 mark will be about 3.5 feet, 4 feet long. So
really,
yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Let me just look through here. So Simon Garrett says 1 in 24 Mustang to the same standard as the current Spitfire. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you can see that, but there's 28 thumbs up and love hearts on that comment. What's your thoughts on a 1 in 24 Mustang?
Yeah, I love that B51D. Yeah, good. The kit that they brought out, I think, was it was a bit of a hard one to put together, wasn't it? The initial one when they first tooled it.
Well, like,
it was a bit like the
again, I'm referring back to Trumpeter, like it's an Airfix debate, like, but Trumpeter do the 24th Mustang, but no doubt Airfix will come along and, you know, if you did go for it, they'd upgrade it, wouldn't they? They'd make it, as your man says, to the standard of the current 124 scale Airfix kits.
Yeah,
I think the thing
with the 24 scale kits, Airfix have definitely stepped their game up.
I think the frustrating point, the frustrating part of it is that anybody that's watching that's built that no tool 1 in 24 Spitfire, the one that me and Paul and Mark Lidd have built, I think the frustrating thing is that they have shown that they are more than capable of producing a no-tooled kit that's absolutely phenomenal. It was brilliant. And that's the frustrating part.
Yeah.
So why aren't they continuing that with that? Fred says, yeah, Trumpeter do a Mustang 1 with figures. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a look here. So I'm back onto the comments on the thread. Paul Brown says a 1 in 48 Armstrong with Meteor Night Fighter series. Lots of international operators as well as RAF overseas. Anybody familiar with that kit? Because I'm not. No, definitely not. Okay, let's keep scrolling down. Gabrielle there, a decent 1 in 48 Jaguar is urgent. Also, a 1 in 48 Tornado will be appreciated since the one from the other competitor is ... I think that stands for a bit shit. Also, a Mirage F1 would be a good subject. 1 in 24 Tempest or Bowfighter. Okay. Let's have a look some more. If you guys can see these scrolling down, I'm just trying to see if there's anything really interesting on there. No Tools, Stirling, Halifax and Hampden with 60 thumbs up and love hearts. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
No Tool, Old Molds would have... no, let's have a look. No addition of the TR2, 1 in 48.
I think he means TSR2.
Yeah.
TSR2, yeah.
TSR2, my mistake.
The best aircraft the Royal Air Force never had, but that's another story.
Yes. Paul, one up your street here. Mike Swanborough says a 1 in 48 helicopter Westland Wasp, a Merlin HM2,
that'd be interesting.
and a Wildcat.
The Wasp would be a little one, wouldn't it? That would be a nice one.
Yeah.
Quite an unusual looking helicopter as well.
Yeah.
Andy says three. Yeah. So Andy down at Club today showed me. So basically, he showed me the self-adhesive wooden decks. I'm sure you guys are familiar with those.
Yeah.
And look very, very cool as well. Fred says, yeah, Trumpeter do Mustang 1 with figures. All right, okay. And back to Andy. Also, I'm at the coast, so if my replies are late, it's because the internet is slow. Oh, bless you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. No drama. Let me go back to the comments on the thread. So we know about the helicopters. What about Sepacat Jaguar 1 in 48? That's come up again, Mark Bridge.
I'm biased. I worked on them.
Certainly did. Tim Walker says exactly the same. Chris Staples, 1 in 48 Phantom. 1 in 72 Canberra B2. Now, the Canberra's quite a big aircraft, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very big, yeah.
Very big. Very big.
Very big.
Very big.
Very big amount of nose weight in 148s as well.
Very much so. Daniel Paul says a no tool 1 in 48 Mosquito with 2 stage Merlins. Now, I'll tell you what, if you look at this, if you've been keeping an eye on this little comment section at the side, there really aren't many people that are saying 1 in 72. Up to press, we've probably had, we've had 46 comments that I've scrolled through. And I would say that 90% of those have called for 48 or bigger.
Now, am I right in saying that Sean Senior put up about Airfix issuing a Gloucester Meteor in 30 seconds?
What, on this thread?
No, on the Sescu page.
Oh, I'm not sure. John, if you're still watching.
Is that 30 seconds?
It's Rebel, James, yeah, 30 seconds, yeah.
It's Rebel, is it? I thought it was Airfix. Airfix need to do that.
Okay.
It's up in the air, like.
What? Yeah. One for you there, Andy. A 1 in 350 scale of the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier with 15 thumbs up. Let's just go back up one there, because this one's got 54. It says more Cold War British AFVs in 135. So we're on to armour. The Ferret was a decent start, but then there's the Saracen, the Saladin, and the Stalwart 6x6, the CVR Fox, and plenty more. With accurate armour closing down, there's a huge opportunity to fill that gap. And again, it comes round to Hornby Hobbies. It comes round to Hornby Hobbies, doesn't it, on Monday morning, saying, right, come on in, team. I mean, you know, we don't work there. We don't know what they do. But do they have weekly meetings with the head boy? And he says, right, you know, what are we going to do this week? I'm pretty sure that he doesn't say, right, I want a new tool this week. And then following week on a Monday morning, right, I want a new tool. Because it don't work like that, does it?
No.
Paul Agler says 1 in 48 Jaguar, new tool HMS Hood. The current 64-year-old tool is very badly I mean, come on. 64-year-old tooling.
Yeah. What about the Fearless, Mark?
I just don't get it. Fearless, yeah.
I think that was one in 600, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In the world ever.
The landing ship in the Falklands. My mate served on it, who I used to work with.
Yeah, she set sail from here.
Yeah, mate.
Well, most of them did, actually.
Malcolm there says 1 in 72 new tool Tornado F3. And Colin underneath that says a new tool 1 in 72 scale Handley Page Hampton. 1 in 24 Hurricane. Again, that's another comment, or FW190 from Gary Brown. Lots of ships there. And Andy's watching, so some new tool ship kits, 1 700, 600, or 350. Don't mind which ones. Stop releasing the old ones, etc., etc. Question. We are scale modelers, and we know the circle, because we go into shops and we look online and one thing and another, and we instantly say that's the release that in 1983 and the release that in 1979. Why do you think that not just Airfix but kit manufacturers just literally keep going round and round in fucking circles, re-releasing old kits from 30, 40, 64 years ago? Why do they keep doing that instead of producing new stuff?
because they've got the molds there. You just clean the molds up and turn them out, innit?
Yeah.
Blow them off, Paul. Dust them down and just put that on.
Yeah.
If they're worn a bit, as far as I can tell, when they're worn a bit, you just re-weld them. You just fill the worn parts with weld or whatever, and then re-machine them to. It's cost effective. Saves having to be in a whole new mold.
Yeah, mate. I've changed my camera. Neil says, my personal opinion, Airfix have covered all the bases in 1 in 72, and we need more 1 in 48, 32s, and 24s. Airfix, come on! You said that with a little bit of passion. I can feel the fire in the belly there. And Neil, I will completely agree. I know that Sean said earlier on in the thread that 1 in 72 is the best-selling scale. And even though I haven't got Airfix's books in front of me to sort of clarify that, I would definitely agree. But I'm on the same store, mate. Why aren't they bringing out that 1 in 24 Spitfire, man? It was just so gorgeous to build. You would think that somebody would have said, "We've absolutely fucking knocked it out at park with that. Let's do something else that's big."
Well,
my opinion on that is like, the reason they're not catering to like the bigger scales is because, you know, like as you say, the geared more towards the beginner, the younger modeler. They're not really catering for the more experienced modeler. Yeah, they have the 1 to 24 scale super duper kit, but it's not an very expansive range, and it's not likely to be. They are like a beginner's company. Beginner to intermediate modeler, I'd say. That's who they geared to. With the occasional really experienced modeler thrown in with the
Airfix do the quick kits that are like the Lego kits that we did for Kits for Kids, and they just clip together. They do the starter sets, right? So now you're saying, now what we're saying is, instead of looking at what I said 5 minutes ago, where you sit down at the Airfix table on Monday morning, you say, we've done this big, this big, this big, this big, let's continue with that range. So instead of looking at that, you would say, we do these starter kits for the absolute beginner, the quick build kits. We do starter kits for kids who are a little bit older, who aren't going to spunk glue all over. You know, we do kits for this particular class of people, this demographic. So, but again, it comes down to what exactly are they looking at when they're talking about bringing out new kits. It's all right putting a thread on Facebook and saying, what do you want? When at the end of it, they're going to come out with, here's your 1 in 72 Mark 1 goddamn Spitfire. What's the point in putting a thread on when they're not going to listen?
Interest, I suppose, Mark. Just like everything else, isn't it? It's interest, how many hits it gets.
Yeah.
Maybe they look at that and start laughing. You know?
Maybe you will. Maybe they will take the comments to heart and move on it. You never know. Maybe they will.
But Andy says they re-release what sells, even if that stuff is old and shit. And Dave comes back with a money. I love how you've got the Dave in there. Money saving exercise to re-release kits, and then self-corrects himself. So let's go back to comments. Let's just have a look here. So blah blah blah. Glasses off. Right. It's me again. Jaguar GR1, the Harrier series, a Mirage, F1 and G91 in 1 in 48 scales. People are banging on about 1 in 48s all the time. Wow, we've got one there, 1 in 72 Hawker Sea Fury, or a re-release of the TSR2. And as Mark says, what did you say, Mark? The best British bomber that never happened.
The best British aircraft that the Royal Air Force never had.
Yeah, they went over to the F4J, I believe.
No, they were looking at, instead of, when they cancelled the TSR2, they were originally looking as a replacement, the F111.
Right.
Wayne says 1 in 48 Typhoon. Just shrink your. I love this. Just shrink your 1 in 24 scale. If it were only that easy. Seriously, if it were only that easy. English Electric Canberra. B2 DH Venom. FB1. I'll tell you what, I've not seen no comments yet about English Electric Lightning.
Lightning.
Mind you, saying that, I've built Airfix's 1 in 48 Lightning, and it's a bloody good kit.
Yeah,
it is.
I've got one in my cabinet, and I'm looking at it now, and it was an absolute joy.
Yeah.
It's one of them kits. If you get your head on straight, do everything in the right order, not necessarily order like Mark is a backwards builder, but with regards your painting your sub-assemblies, assembling your sub-assemblies, working out rather than just jamming in nose weight left, right, and centre, figuring out where you're going to put it. Then everything else, it just fits together like a dream.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
you've seen mine, Mark, and it was. Yeah. I remember the post I put on the club page when I posted the finished pictures of it. I put my heart and soul into that kit, and by Christ, it showed.
Yeah,
and that was no detriment to the kit. The kit was outstanding.
Yeah, it certainly was. Let's have a look at these comments. So, what's this one? Stuart Scale Molds, good evening, Stuart. Hope you well. Says, I'd like to see them re-release the short Belfast and the reissue of Nimrod. What scale though, Stuart? What scale? We need to know what scale, mate.
70-second, that would be Mark, I think.
70-second. He's typing. Yeah. He's typing. Pass me my bloody phone. 70-second every time. We don't like 72s. We like big stuff. Rob says, I'm building the 32 one at the minute. Which one, Rob? 32 what, mate? And forgot the nose weighting. Had to convert
that
it
would be the Lightning. The Trumpeter Lightning,
yeah.
Just reiterate that for us, will you, Rob?
No. Are we talking?
There you go.
Let's just like the one.
Happy days. Stuart's come back.
148. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that would be nice. The Nimrod.
Do you know what? I bet that looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Especially with a big nose.
Yeah, mate. Back to comments. Let me keep scrolling down. Let's have a look. Are we enjoying these comments so far? 1 in 48 is, if this were a horse race, guys, I'd be saying, and it's 48 taking up the lead. He's got the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Fred's come back in with 124th Nimrod.
Hey, old Fred, how much gloss?
He's going for sales, isn't he? He's going for sales.
He's going for sales. Absolutely.
Either that or he's been sniffing his own fumes for a bit too long.
Yeah, probably.
Sniffing his own fumes. Fred, thanks for commenting, mate. I'll tell you what. If you're still on, right, I'm going to do Fred a plug. So if you've only just joined us or you've joined us late, so available from Modelers United. There's the aqua gloss, and again, I'm going to keep doing it all the way through the thread. I know my camera's not absolutely brilliant. That looks a bit creamy. It's literally, well, it is exactly that. It's exactly that. Oh, I'm not putting it back up. Go to Modelers United on Facebook or www. Modelers United, and you'll get some of that from Fred. Fred, if you've run out of stock already, mate, you need to tell me, because I'm just going to keep plugging it all day long. 1 in 24, of course. Nimrod, of course. Right, what about, says Stuart Chappell, a 1 in 32 Buccaneer or Jaguar? Now, I'm not a big Jaguar fan. I know, look at Mark, he's chomping at bit. I'm not a big Jaguar fan, but I would build a 1 in 32 Jag.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. I'll go for the Buck.
Yeah,
I'll go for the Buccaneer.
There is a guy on Facebook. His page name is Timmy's Tech, he is scratch building and 3D printing a highly detailed, I think it was 124 Jaguar GR. And I can't quite remember. I know. It's huge. And it is so highly detailed, it is unreal.
Mm.
Yeah.
But at the moment, he's doing it for himself to see if it's a viable project. And then he may make the decision to do a production run.
What,
but it ain't going to be cheap.
No,
it's not. Yeah, it won't be cheap in resin.
Stuart's back on screen. No, I wouldn't, to be honest. He says another suggestion.
King Wessex, the 70s, 350th. Yeah, HMS Eagle. Yeah, she was more than the same.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
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 You see, well, Mark took his Sea King back down to the club again today, and do you know what? I had another look, and last week, if I'd have got the money in the sort of like secret account, shush, I'd have pulled trigger on that last week. But this week I've looked and I've gone, no, it's not big enough. I need a 1 in 35, for my helicopters. Paul, you only do 1 in 20, 1 in 48 helicopters, don't you?
I do, yes. But again, Mark, I said last week, didn't I? If they know about 1 to 200 scale boats, I'd have probably been still building 1 to 200 boats now. But yeah, if they know about 35 scale helicopters back when I restarted, I might have gone down the 35 scale helicopter route. Who knows?
That, my friend.
Well, yeah, I'm happy with 48 scale helicopters. There's still plenty of subjects about, like, so yeah.
What about 24 Corsair or Avenger?
That's one thing I would like to see Airfix do a lot more of.
What's that,
US naval aircraft, like the Intruder, the Avenger, that sort of thing.
Okay.
The Hawkeye or Tracker, that kind of genre.
The Viking as well.
Okay, what about, see, again here, look, Jaguar GR13, 1 in 48. Mind you, Eurofighter Typhoon, Revel do that. I've got that Blackjack up there, but it isn't a cracking kit, if I'm absolutely honest.
Yeah, it's only Revel that do the 132nd as well, apart from Trumpeter, with all those rivets.
Load more comments. Let's just have a look here. Peter Kidd. What have I missed? Have I missed? Oh, Peter Kidd. 1 in 48 Sepcat Jag, Supermarine Swift, Jet Provost, 1 in 72 VC10, civilian and military.
If you're going down on the 48th row of helicopters, why not a Wessex?
Yeah.
They've just done a 48 Wessex.
No,
I don't think they do. No.
That'll be a big bird.
No, because I know you're going on Easter eggs now, but I know with the Buccaneer, I think it was the Naval Buccaneer, there was a Wessex in the background there on landing on one of the aircraft carriers. And I know there was a bit of a hoo-ha about it. Oh, they're going to bring one out. They're going to bring one out. They're going to bring one out. And they haven't brought one out yet.
Okay.
So that could be a future release for them. Is it the Mark V? I'm not sure. I'm not too good on that helicopter boys.
I'm not sure. Another one there. Look, Lee says for the umpteenth time, 1 in 48 Jaguar, but with a 2-seater option. Mark Bridge, why is that important? 2-seater option on the Jaguar.
Because the only company that did a Jaguar T2 was Kitty Hawk. There was a resin aftermarket conversion set for the Airfix kit, but not a dedicated T2 kit.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'd like to see him do a T2 as well.
Well, people are screaming out for definitely, Pete. On the horse race, racing the horse, the Jaguar is about a head in front, literally, of everything else. Okay.
The rank outsider is clear by a nose.
Very much so, mate. Daniel Hill there. Look, for me, I would like to see a 1 in 48 Jaguar. David M. Bennett, 1 in 48 or 32 F14 Tomcat. Now, Dave M. Bennett, I'm not being funny, but Tamiya's 1 in 48 Tomcat is you'll not beat that.
Yeah, it's the dogs, isn't it?
That. It's the absolute dogs. As far as
I think the trumpeter is concerned, the F14 is above the Maya as well, isn't it?
What's that one you've just done, Mark?
That was the Tamiya, the F14.
Tamiya 32nd.
Yeah. But there's that much. I got that much grief with regards the flaps on the inside of the intakes for adjusting the airflow.
Yeah.
They were in the wrong position. They're the wrong type. They're the wrong type of intakes. Full stop. You should have got the conversion. Then you see the quotes from sort of like the people that have built the trumpeter version, and it's exactly the same comments on that. Wrong intake duct, wrong size intake ducts, wrong shape intake ducts, and you think you can't win.
No, you can't, mate.
I think as far as 48 scale toms are concerned, Tamiya literally has that in the pocket, but it's an open market. I'm suggesting for a 1 in 32. Your Tamiya trumpeter, I think Revel do a 1 in 32 Tomcat as well.
And they do.
The feedback that we're getting from all of them is there's not one of them that's absolutely cracking.
No, they're not.
Maybe it's time to have a look at that. Right, okay. 1 in 48 Gladiator would be nice, and a DH Comet in the same scale, says Frank Phillips. Oh, now then. Justin Davenport, top fan on the Airfix thread, says a no tool. This is right up your street, Paul. No tool space shuttle 1 in 44. 1 in 72 or even a 1 in 48. It doesn't matter which one, just do it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it when people get they're not angry. They are passionate about trying to make Airfix and other companies, but Airfix, this is all about Airfix. Sit up at the table and go, we are taking note. Definitely.
And it just
David Miller says return of the 1 in 2024 Hellcat. You've mentioned that, Mark, haven't you?
Yeah. Awesome kit to do.
Awesome kit to do.
And especially if you detail up the engine as well. Oh.
Yeah, mate. Reissue 1 in 48 Lightning and Sea Vixen, please. 1 in 72 Lincoln Bomber. Now then, Pierre says a bigger scale of the Sea King. Unless I'm mistaken, 1 in 48 is the biggest scale. Pierre, I would echo that. Now then, there's a
it is for Airfix, but I believe they brought it out in 32nd, didn't they?
Well, Rob Smith says, what about a new 1 in 48 B20? Oh, no, I thought you were going to comment and say, actually, there's a 1 in 32 or 1 in 35 Sea King available, but he's not commented on.
And having just done the 148 Sea King HU5, it was an awesome kit. Absolutely bloody beautiful.
Yeah. Andy Hardwick says 1 in 48 Jaguar GR1. 1 in 32 Scottish Aviation Bulldog and a 1 in 32 Tornado F3. Now, let me just have a think. They're into an F3 available by anybody in 132nd. There isn't one.
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Was it the Italieri one?
The Italieri, yeah. It's Italieri.
Italieri doing 1 in 32 F3.
Yeah. Because that's a long nose, isn't it?
It's either the Italian. It's either the Italian one or the German one.
Yeah.
Google that, Paul. I don't believe that for a minute.
What, an F3 Phantom?
F3, no, Tornado F3, 1 in 32.
Tornado.
Let's just go back to comments then. So, Stu, still with us. Another suggestion: HMS Ark Royal R09 with the Phantom and Buccaneer, Gannet, Seeking, and Wessex from the 70s in 350.
And her sister ship HMS Eagle,
yeah, mate,
which was moored, Mark, which was moored in Plymouth Sound
at
for
the bottom
about
of your garden.
15 years. Well, it is
Really?
actually, because it's a stone throw. Yeah, that was when I was a kid. It was about 11, maybe 12, and I think she went up Scotland then and got scrapped.
Cool. I'm glad
Here's a general knowledge question for you then. He's just suggested HMS Ark Royal Romeo 09. Now, we all know that Royal Naval ships have the codes on the side and on the stern. That's the blunt end for people that don't know.
Yeah.
D is for destroyer, F is for frigate. But on an aircraft carrier, what does the R stand for? And your 30 seconds countdown time starts.
Yeah, you got me, mate.
I'm gonna Google it.
No, you're not. No Googling.
I'm not going to, mate. I'm not going to.
Put us out of our misery, Mark.
Sorry?
Put us out of our misery.
I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to ask Mark. What does the R stand for on the side of an aircraft carrier?
When an aircraft comes back to its carrier and lands on said carrier, the R stands for recovery.
Oh.
The carrier is the recovery vehicle.
Okay.
Little bit of gen for you.
I will have forgot that in the next 10 minutes. I'm not kidding. Stuart says I managed to get aftermarket. I managed to get aftermarket decals of the new Moggy scheme for the Typhoon. That's the Eurofighter Typhoon. And then comes back with Ark Royal had the Wessex Haas Mark 1 as SAR flight. Andy's still with us at the seaside. Sadly, the only Ark Royal R09 kit is 1/700th for Jamie, which is utter shite. I love that. I love proper talk like that. It's utter shite.
There's a 48 scale Revel Mark Tornado F3, which I think you built it. You know it. You built it, but there is conversion steps for the F3 32nd.
One in. Oh, is there?
Conversion steps, yeah.
Conversion sets, not out as a normal kit.
No,
then.
I'm sure.
It's
either Rebel or Italieri brought out an F3 in 30 seconds scale.
For people that don't know, how on earth you cannot convert a GR1 or 4 into an F3? It's impossible. You can't. It's a completely different subframe. Completely different. It's not like you can put a long nose on it and call it an F3. Can't do that.
Have a word with Nigel Ship on the Tornado Sig. I'm sure he'll put you right for parts.
Yeah, Nigel. Bavara, good evening. I'd like to see any Jag bigger than 1 in 72. And we all echo that, mate. Preferably in Omani Air Force setup. Mark Bridge, that's your speciality.
Omani two-tone brown, light brown, and a medium earth.
Stone,
Omani Martins, as the Omanis used them and used Royal Air Force pilots to fly them.
You see that, Mark? That's another one that just cropped up.
Yeah, that's an F3.
Flight path resin conversion kit and brass. 500 pieces.
500 pieces?
500. Flight path aircraft accessory set. Adult hobby kit unsuitable for children. RAF Tornado F3 detail set, 1/32 scale Revel. Over 500 pieces. Over 500 pieces in Photoex brass, cast metal, and polyurethane resin.
But that's an upgrade set. It's not a conversion.
Well, it's obviously a conversion.
It's an upgrade set. Yeah. It was either Revel or Italieri brought it out in 1/32.
James, I want proof before the end of the night. I want proof before the end of the night.
Oh, mate, I'll have to have a look on the thing.
Is it F2?
There it
Yeah,
is.
I can remember that one.
That's an older.
Oh,
F2, though.
Yeah, that is an old one.
Not likely to get over that again.
maybe that's the one then.
I think
Fred.
F30, 132
Fred.
Tornadoes is pretty much nailed up by Italieri. Rev will do the 132nd Gulf War one, the Desert Pink one, but I think that's about it.
Look, Fred's comment, rum. That's it. Rum. That's what he's probably drinking.
You've got to go back.
Yeah. Back to Stuart.
Mark, you've got to go back
Eagle.
a few years, mate,
What for?
for the tornado in 32nd.
Really?
Yeah.
Eagle was used as spare source to keep the Ark Royal going, it was told. So, what's that say? Kane Yarn, scrapyard a month before Ark Royal.
Yeah.
Paid off in 78. Okay, cool. Back to
That's
comments.
12.
Let's have a look.
Oh, Jim, that of the 32 one, Revel, I think that was the 31 Squadron Gold Stars version, if I remember rightly. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I was going to say, you've got to go back years, mate, because they don't do it anymore. And the kits on eBay go for fucking silly money.
Yeah.
I think if I was sat at the Airfix table on Monday morning scrolling through these, the one that is completely it is ahead in front. Jaguar. 1 in 48 Jaguar. However, back to Mr. Bridge. Everybody is screaming 1 in 48 Jaguar. Which one?
Well, there was only the main difference was either mainly in the cockpit with regards to the instrument panel, and also the GR3s, the radio aerials just behind the canopy on the air conditioning housing, which were modded for Gulf War One, I think. The rest of it was sort of like engine mods to bring the Adors, the Rolls-Royce Adors, to I think either Mark 102 to 104 or from 104 to 106 mod. I think that was the gist of it, but mainly it was just the internals, navionics, and displays.
So not much difference in the actual airframe shape and stuff then, Mark, no.
Not to the actual airframe shape, no. I mean, if they're going to, there wasn't much difference with regards to the engines as well. So if they want, they could take a stock Rolls-Royce Ador from a Jaguar, LiDAR scan it, and it'd still be applicable if it was done as a GR1, it could still be as applicable as a GR3 if they was to do it sort of like open panel like they have been doing.
Move the aerials around a bit, isn't it? It's a different
on the air conditioning unit, as I say, just before on the top of the air conditioning intake, just behind the canopy, there used to be 2 little stub aerials sticking up. But I think one of the fits for Gulf War One, they lost one of them. So you had the one stub aerial going up on an angle like that, but it just had a T-piece going across it at the top.
More comments there from Jonathan. 1 in 48 Scimitar Jaguar, Harvard in 1 in 72nd. Gary says a decent Jag GR1, GR3, 1 in 48. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a big Jaguar fan, but I would, I'm more Tornado, but I would certainly do a 1 in 32 Jag. But, Mark, on Spotlight Star, I asked the question. I'm a manufacturer and money is no object. What would this 1 in 48 or even 1 in 32 Jaguar, for the viewers who are still watching, what would it have to have? We're opening the box and we're looking inside, and what's it got to have?
It would have to have, I think it would have to have definitely as a conversion between all 3 squadrons that were at the camp I was at. I was stationed at RAF Cultural, which was the home of the Jaguar wing, apart from the OCU, which at the time was based up at Lossy.
Yeah.
But just before I left, 226 OCU, the conversion unit from Lossy, came down to Cultural. So all the Jaguar force, including the training department side of things, was all kept on the one camp.
Yeah.
So the main operating squadrons that they had were 6 Squadron, 54 Squadron, and 41 Squadron. 41 specialised as, or it was marked up as a fighter squadron, but it had a specialist reconnaissance role as well. So for me, you would have to have a reconnaissance pod on the sprue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about interior? What
have to have an engine as well, Mark. Some sort of engine display on it.
Yeah, if they could learn a lot from, as daft as it sounds, from the old Kitty Hawk kit, but we all know how bad that was. The Kitty Hawk kit the kit itself was fine, but the undercarriage was just over-engineered to hell. It was a nightmare to put together. But it had exposed avionic bays, exposed engine bay. Also, as daft as it sounds, if you bought the GR version, it even gave you, the daft thing was it gave you French weapons, which
really
wasn't like, yeah, gave you French LGBs.
In the 36 kit, you'd want a full weapons there.
Yeah, cluster bombs, laser guided bombs, pave weight 2s, cluster bomb units. Sorry, not cluster bomb units. CBUs. CBLS, carrier bomb light stores, which were they looked like £1,000 bomb, but with a chunk taken out of the bottom, so you could fit either 14 kilo or 3 kilo practice bombs. A couple of CBLS carriers, overwing sidewinders, obviously drop tanks for the inboard pylons. The only other options, weapons that they used mainly were CRV7 rocket pod, 2.75 inch light snebs.
On my comments, I did put that I'd love to do a 1 in 32 Harrier. I know that Revel do one, but I'd want to see the wraparound with the rocket pods and all that sort of stuff. The GR version of the Harrier. That's absolutely that'd be gorgeous.
Yeah.
What's Fred needing to say? You need to have 100,000 off. Yeah, can you believe that? Yeah, I don't think it's far off there. And back to Stuart, big participator tonight. Stuart, thanks a lot for keeping them comments coming in. I'd like to see Airfix reissue the VC10 in 1-in-144 in the BOAC scheme. I would echo that, mate. And the Viscount in the same scale in the BEA Redtail or a Speed Jack scheme, as well as the 747-100 in BOAC scheme. Now, a lot of that has literally gone off the top of my head, but I'm sure.
Airliners, isn't it? Most civilian jets.
Civilian airliners. Dino, good evening. Dino, you well, mate.
He can't be well with a comment like that.
What a bag of shit that was.
The Austin All Aggro.
Yeah.
The old Allegro.
Dino, you're pissing yourself because you can see everybody.
Fucking hell, man.
Fucking hell, man. He's literally pissing themselves there. Let's go back to the comments. And Dean, just obviously while you're watching, just reiterate why you would like to see a 1 in 32 scale Austin Allegro.
Probably his first car.
Yeah, well, yeah, or his dad's first car. Yeah, I passed me testing that. Let's go back to the comments. So, click on the right screen mark, and we've got still coming down. We've still got Jaguar leading the front, even though now we're getting on to a little bit more of a bit of a different variant. So, hello Airfix, says Christian. My suggestion would be a 1 in 72 Hawker Sea Fury FB11 or a 1 in what? A 1 in another. This is why Airfix keep pumping out 1 in 72 Supermarine Chuffing Spitfires. Wind it in. Wind it in, man. Wind it in. We don't want 1 in 72 Spitfires. We're trying to get away from that. Okay. Dan Wood says a BAE Hawk. Ooh, in 1 in 24 scale is the dream. But the new tool T1 and T2 in 1 in 48 up to the same standard of the new 1 in 48 kits will be welcome. And again, a 1 in 48 Jaguar will be licensed to print money. Mark, says Dan, to whoever gets a good one out first.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I mean, when I started back in the hobby, I must admit, and this sort of like, this comes back to Paul really, in that when I first started chatting with Paul, I were heavily into 1 in 48s because it's a good compromise between size and detail of what you get in the kit. And Paul used to say to me, no, mate, I won't build anything smaller than 1 in 32nd. And I'm like, no, it's too big. But I've looked at all the kits that I've been building over the last 2 years, especially Tornado, Stoker, Spitfire, and all them kind of things. And I've gone big. I have gone big.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. Let's have a look at comments. Fred says, how about an electronic? What? 1 in 144 or 72nd. What, an electronic what, Fred? Andy says, I'd like to see them reissue. Oh, I like one of these.
Hovercraft.
Hovercraft. Defo. Back to Dino says, I think it's the angles and the colour options.
Beige or beige.
Fred's obviously had a typo there. A couple of comments above he's put the Electra. And back to not electronic, damn predictive text. I love it. I love you, sweetheart. 1 in 72 new tool P1127 and a Kestrel. Then
that's the Harrier.
this completes the family. I do. Yes, it absolutely does. Back to Stuart. How about reissuing the SRN4 channel hovercraft? I'll tell you what, I have actually got. Do you know what? I have actually got.
Yeah,
I've got the number. I've got the number on my phone of the chief, one of. I'm going to say one of the top guys at Airfix. I got his actual personal mobile number when I was doing kits for kids. Shall I text him and say drop on?
148 Falcon.
Right, so yeah, Andy, good evening, Andy. Evening all, my choice will be a 1 in 48 Vulcan. Can you imagine the size? Do you know what? I think as long as it had the seamless intakes, Andy, you won't be far wrong there, mate. That will be absolutely cracking. The amount of videos that we all watch on YouTube, when we buy a new kit, we get the kit. One of the first things that we do, we drop onto YouTube and we say, who's built it? The familiar names come round, don't they? So you've got the Hiya Fellas, we've got that one, we've got Plasmo, and countless others. But everybody does do that. Everybody does do that, unless it's me. Reissue TSR2 in both scales. That one comes back around. Let's get the comment screen back on and go back to them. So, do you know what? A 1 in 24 Hawk from Dan Wood, says Dan Wood, in wraparound. That'll look really, really nice. David W. Davis, what a name. Avro Manchester, Westland Wildcat, Avro York, and Tudor in the Vickers Warwick 172, 1 in 48. Please, please, please. Let me just tell you there, sir. It doesn't matter how many pleases you put on the end with your. Actually, people think that emoji is praying, but it's not. It's a high five. It doesn't matter how many of them you put on, they're not going to do it. Paul Stevens says 1 in 48 Westland Whirlwind would be really nice. Good round attack aircraft with awesome firepower. Mm-hmm. Back down to Setcat Jag 1 in 24. Oh, we've gone up a scale, Mark. Now, the 1 in 24 Jags. 1 in 24 Jags. What's your thoughts on that? 1 in 24 Jag.
New 248th or a 124th. I'll buy the bloody stock.
The bloody stock. I'll buy the stock. Take my money now, you bitch. It's as simple
Take
as
my
that,
money.
mate.
I will mortgage the house. I will sell a kidney.
I thought you were going to say sell a kid. What about...
Well, that and all.
Yeah, I probably do same. What about a Saab Gripen E 1 in 48? That's got 5 thumbs ups.
Yeah.
1 in 48 Jag again. Now then, let me just read this one out. So 1 in 48 Jaguar GR1/3. It's so overdue. The Kitty Hawk Kitty's bag that echoes what you said, Mark, is bad enough that I prefer to build the old Airfix kit, and that is saying something. Please put me out of my misery. Yeah, loads of people.
If you're lucky enough to find one of the Airfix 148 GR1 or GR3 kits, they're going for daft money. They might not be highly detailed, but they look more accurate than what the Kitty Hawk one does.
Yeah.
The Kitty Hawk one, the reason why I bought the Kitty Hawk one 3 times, sorry. So I bought 2 GRs and a T2. Was you've got the option of the exposed engines, the exposed open panels, the gun bays are open. But the thing that let it down was the fact that the GR versions come with French Jaguar A weapons.
Yeah.
And also as you know yourself, if you have done it, that the rear undercarriage is such a pain in the tit.
Yeah, it's
absolute nightmare.
It is, mate.
Well, the reason your spares boxes for weapons, Mark.
Oh yeah, I had loads of spares in my Grievous, but for ones that come with the kit, you get an RAF version aircraft, and it comes with bloody French weapons. Yeah. And we all know the French are, if the Germans were ever to invade France again, the French don't need an air force because they'll be straight through the channel and in London twice as quick with their hands up.
Mark says 1 in 72 Avro Lincoln. So I don't need to start my Blackbird models conversion. Josie says 1 in 24 BF109E detailed like the Spitfire.
I'd agree with that. I'd actually agree with that, but I'd be quite picky. I'd want the E version of Jagdgeschwader 26.
Right, okay, that is a bit picky, but you can have it.
Thank you.
Mark, here's one for Paul.
72 Spitfire.
Mark, here's one for Paul.
Yeah,
reissue of the Victor K2.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that as well.
It's what Airfix kit will be happy with. And the Vulcan then as well.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because they stopped it. They bring it out and then they stop it. And you try and grab it. The Revel, I think, a K2, the Revel version, which is crap.
Dreadful. It's dreadful.
Yeah.
Dreadful.
So, yeah, why not bring that back out again?
But for me, Mark, the reason I'd want the K2 tanker out is the missus' favourite aircraft is the Vulcan. And the only time I would buy the Vulcan is if we had a tanker to go with it.
Yeah.
So I want the Airfix tanker.
Yeah.
So just for the fact that I could build the missus a Vulcan.
Yeah, I think when you're talking about that size of aircraft, for me personally, there's not enough 1 in 144 stuff out there, James.
Yeah. So it's 72nd. 144 is way too small, mate.
Way too small. Way too small.
Yeah, it's way too small. 172nd I can cope with just. But yeah, the Victor, yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice for a reissue of that out for K2.
Richard A. Smith says Angel Interceptors, Captain Scarlet. 1 in 48 Jaguar Phantom, please, with more high fives. It's not a prayer hands, people. It's high five. Top fan Ashley Hawkins says more complicated to produce, I guess, but some swing wing would be awesome. 148 scale F111 with the production tech we have now compared to another company's told them in say the 80s. That would definitely sway me into spending some hard-earned. Go on, take a swing. Yeah, okay. Neil Bradley, Airfix 1 in 48 Jaguar and Puma both have had lots of operators in the UK and abroad with simply tweaked variants, well worth opening the molds for. Please, again, we're all saying please, aren't we? Julian says already wrote it, but 1 in 48 Jaguar GR1, 1 in 48 Tornado and Jaguar. Do you not think that when they sat round the table and somebody says, how does it go? Do you think somebody says, we ought to do a Phantom? And then somebody just goes, nah, there's five, we've done that. There's too many of them. Who are the people that look? Who are the people that look and say, how much would it cost to do this? How much would it cost to retool this or get a brand new tooling for this? And could we make money from it? Is it all about making money, or is it about satisfying the customer? Which one is it, James?
Making the money, mate. Making the money. That's why they reissue all the kits. They hold off and then they reissue them. Pity they didn't do that with the 124 stuff.
It's all about making a dollar, mate, isn't it? Because would we agree that Airfix have actually turned the corner over the last sort of 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, they have.
If their latest release is turned the corner, I wouldn't say they turned the corner. But I don't know. They certainly haven't turned the corner. It's no way, shape, or form.
Now, what he's trying to say is, I think that he's trying to say that they haven't so much as turned a corner, more just improved.
No, what I mean is, what you've got to understand is, you look at this argument in 2 ways. Have they turned a corner, open brackets, now to compete with your Tamiya's, your Trumpeters, your Mengs, etc., closed brackets? Or do I mean, have they turned a corner from what they produced 10 years ago to what they're producing now? And I mean the latter.
That boils down to CAD, doesn't it?
I would agree on both counts. Yeah. I would say both counts are applicable.
Really, Mark?
Again, you can see the same thing with Tamiya. Tamiya haven't really done very much interest in the last 5-10 years, really, from what I see. It's 5 years. Tamiya haven't really done much.
No, you got more of the ICMs and
it's all new companies.
The other Eastern European companies are doing really well, aren't they?
Yeah, it's far more interesting subjects.
Okay. Comment there from Mark Beanstead, who says, go on, Airfix, take the plunge and produce something in 1 in 30 seconds. You have so much scope in your 1 in 72s and 48s that it could be made in 1 in 32. Also, re-release your 24 range. And if you want to add to it, how about the F4U Corsair to complement the Hellcat? A late version would be good. And again, it's same as what we said half an hour ago. Who's sat at the table saying, what shall we do? And people aren't looking through their back catalogue saying, well, we've got 5 aircraft in this scale from this era. Why don't we add to one of those? They're not doing that.
I mean, somebody mentioned before, Mark, as well, why don't they just shrink down the mold and stuff? And that's what they can do.
Can you do that?
Relatively simple. It's only a computer program. It's all CNC. It's all CNC machining. All you have to do is rejig the mathematics and recut the mold to 30-second scale. It's not too difficult.
Is it as simple as that, Paul?
Yeah, it's only a CNC program.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's only CNC
Ralph
machine.
says, Yeah, true. Ralph says a 1 in 48 scale English electric lightning, please. And then Peter comes up with a 1 in 24 Lancaster. It would be awesome. Full detail, so you could have perspex panels to show inside. Hong Kong, what size was theirs, James?
32nd. 32nd. Border Models is the better one, but yeah.
Not necessarily, James. Everybody's moaning about that as well. Everybody's moaning about those kits. It's like the Tomcat scenario again. It's all wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was just trying to think what who was the ones that originally built that Lancaster that Border Models got. Wingnut Wings. Yeah. And I think that was shown at 2019 at Telford.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was absolutely beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful.
Got a good point there, James. Andy Hartle's got a good point there. Put your gigs on.
With the primary kit, yeah, it's not. Well, they are, yeah, but they're primaral or yeah. It's designed for Japan. It's the Gundam. Yeah. This is just a sideline from. They make more money on the Gundam stuff and all that lot than what they do on the kits, on armor kits and crane kits.
Okay, right. So let me put comment screen back on for you guys to see. So, coming down 1 in 48 FW190 no tool, 1 in 72 Westland Whirlwind, not helicopter. Range of assorted 1 in 48 pilots and ground crew, modern United States, USA, Air Force Axis. Yeah, it would actually. No tool, 1 in 48 Spey engine, Phantom, Setcat Jag, and EE Lightning. All versions and a two-seater British Army helicopters. Yeah. I do love building the helicopter. I really do. I really, really do. In fact, I've been looking. I'll tell you what's taken me fancy lately. That great big bloody sky crane.
Yeah.
I reckon that'll come out in 48 doing that.
I can see me doing one of them, to be honest. I really can. I watched a video on it other night. It was absolutely superb.
Mate, it's still that rotor span.
Yeah, I know. It just looks absolutely epic.
It's just huge. It really is. It's huge.
What do we say, Paul? Go big or?
Go big or.
Oh, yeah. Go big.
If you're going to build a helicopter, you don't build it with the rotors folded neither.
You definitely do not, sir. I completely agree.
You do not. That is gay.
You do not. That is against the modelling law, Paul, isn't it?
It is. It's against my rules.
We know it is. Richard says, Wasp, Scout, Gazelle, Whirlwind. Yeah, definitely.
Somebody mentioned the Puma before. It definitely had a 48 scale Puma helicopter.
No.
Matchbox, I think it was, that did the 32nd.
Yeah.
Which got took over by Rebel, I believe.
Ben Davis, 1 in 48 Jag.
Is it going to happen?
Nobody's mentioned a 35th scale from Airfix. They don't know how to do that either. He's done a couple of kits, didn't he? And they do about 5 35th scale kits.
Yeah, that's the armor kits.
But then again, it's like Tamiya got it all covered. Tamiya got 48 scale covered. A lot of companies, few companies got 48 scale covered.
It doesn't stop them from.
That's probably why Airfix don't compete as much 48 because there's that much competition out there.
Yeah, but the Middle Eastern, the Middle Europe countries, it doesn't stop them from producing, does it?
Paul, I've got something to show you. Go on then. Is it a new fish rod?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Go on.
You're not ready.
He's got to fall off his chair.
Oh, way up. Is it another roller coaster?
Yeah, he is. He's going to fall off his chair. You watch.
Oh, yes, my friend. Nice one. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. Who's that? Who did you rub that off?
I'm just going to say, because I did say that I'd give him a shout out a little bit earlier on. It's not mine. We've actually had that donated down at club today by Bob, the modeler Bob from Doncaster, as one of the raffle prizes for
All right, okay.
presentation evening. Can you believe
I'll be
that?
all over. How much is a ticket on raffle day? I'll buy all of them.
Well, do you know what? Seriously, because I will absolutely seriously. Originally, we said £1 a strip, but when I'm looking at, we've got a couple of Bart Sharp airbrushes for raffle. We've got this for raffle, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last kit that we get. We've got some we're going to get, and we've got some really nice stuff. So I'm either going to put it up to £2 a raffle ticket, and that's it, or I might get $2, one that's £1, and that's stuff off this table that you can win, or one that's
Right, okay.
£2, and that's stuff off this table that you can win. Because
No,
I can't.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
do that, Mark.
I'd keep it
all the
£1
same.
personally.
No, keep it all the same, Mark.
Keep it £1 a strip.
2, 3,
2.
2.
I'll go 2, mate. Yeah.
If it stays at £1 a strip, Mark Bridge, I'm putting your subs up next year.
It's all right. Take out the money that's currently kept for merch. I'm not getting any merch next year.
Bless you. Right, let's have a look. Let's keep going. Let's have a look through some more of these comments. How long have we been going now? A minute, an hour and 45, an hour 46. So I think we've gone past. I'm enjoying this one. I think we've gone past a lot of the what you would class as standard comments. I want to see a big jag. I want to see a big tornado. I want to see this. I think we've gone past a lot of them. So let's go on to this one. We're going to click on wrong one then. So Ken Ines says Halifax, Dornier 217. Agreed. Heinkel 7. Okay, Mark.
Halifax, yeah, maybe.
Halifax, yeah. Super Fortress, Stirling, Sunderland.
Sunderland, yeah. Sunderland would be good. Sunderland would be good in 148th, Mark.
Yeah. Yes.
That would be lovely in 48th.
It certainly would. What about that? PS Waverley, a British icon. I don't even know what that is.
No.
Les says a new tool, 1 in 24 Hurricane. Or a 1 in 24 Mustang would be very nice. The current Hurricane is okay. The Mustang is horrible and definitely needs a rework.
Yeah. But then they're competing. They'll be competing with the Trumpeter, won't they?
I do love how across all this thread, it's almost like to retool something, or like what Paul says, just miniaturize it. I think it's
CAD, Mark. It's CAD work, mate.
It's not. I can understand that to actually produce something in size on a computer is totally different to saying for us to reduce that tooling, because we all watch the program on how these kits are produced with the pumping full of plastic.
I think most of their tooling is Hong Kong. It's China based, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not cheap.
The thing is, Mark, is if they bring out the stuff in 124th, which is a lot of people that's asking for 124th, if they bring that out, why not keep running it? Keep it running. They're going to make money on it because people. I'm looking for the Mosquito in 124th. Now, Hong Kong models do the other version, but they don't do the nose version. You know, and that's the one that I want. And
Which
the
is
Airfix
that one,
is
James?
lovely.
Hong Kong
I
don't
think
do a
it's
24th Mozzie.
yeah, they
Hong
do.
Kong do a
Yeah, they do
22nd
the.
Mozzie.
I think it's the Mark IV. They do the glass nose.
Which is the one with the 4 cannons
Mozzie.
at the front?
I think I'm not sure. I think it's a Mark 8. I'll probably be corrected, but yeah, they did the naval version as well. You know, beautiful kit, Mark. Absolutely fucking beautiful kit. It's massive, absolutely massive in 1/24th. Yeah, but that's 1/24th. Yeah,
that's Airfix.
They also that's Airfix. Yeah. Now, I think Tamiya. No, not Tamiya. Who else does it in 1/24th? I'm not sure. No, it's a 32nd is Trumpy. Hong Kong models and Tamiya do the 32nd.
It's not Azuki, is it?
It might be Sukimura. I'm not sure, mate.
Hong Kong models don't do a 24th Mozzie. It's a 32nd.
No, they don't. No, it's a 32nd. Yeah, it's a 32nd Mozzie they do. Yeah. Yeah, because they do like I said, they do the glass nose, which is hang on, I've got to think now. Revel do the Mark IV, don't they, with the glass nose in 32nd, which is an abysmal kit.
Hong Kong
but people have done quite well with it, you know.
Mark
but the
16 and a Mark IV 32.
Yeah. But the one, like I said, the 1/24th and the F6F, the Hellcat, why don't they reissue that again? Because people want it, you know. I just don't understand them. Like I say, you go on to eBay and they're like 200-300 quid.
That was such an unusual release for Airfix when it came out.
Yeah, it was. It was for them. Yeah, but that was
relatively mediocre kits. And then all of a sudden you go bang and smash it with a relatively.
That was their comeback kit, wasn't it? The Wildcat.
Because round the table, we all know that
doesn't listen.
Regardless of what the participating audience say, that's us as model buyers and builders. Regardless of what we say, money and the figures, the selling figures, are what companies are interested in. Because at the end of the day, James, companies don't run just for the fun of it. They run to make money.
No,
it's business.
Yeah, they run to make money. So why don't they reissue these kits?
Right. So, what's up, Georgie boy? All right, come and have a seat. My lad's coming. So, what I would say is that from the figures, from the business point of view, is somebody somewhere is obviously saying we're listening, but when you look at these figures from the last 2 years. We pumped X amount of hundreds of thousands of millions of pounds into this Airfix 1/24 Spitfire, and it actually turned a loss. And for us to, how do we know that they aren't saying we had more corrupt sprues in the corrupt sprue bin than kits that actually went out, and it turned as a loss? That's why we don't make it anymore. It's because we don't know, do we? We don't know.
No, we don't know. No, we don't know. We don't know how they work, mate.
And if you've had your fingers burnt, and regardless of how nice the kit was portrayed on the Hornby Modeller's World, etc., if it's a kit that's turning out as a loss, James, you're going to be reluctant to say, right, we'll use the same tooling manufacturer to make a tool for a 1/48, 1/32 Jaguar, because they couldn't do it. And can we invest millions of pounds into another manufacturer to make tools for a 1/48 Jaguar that everybody wants? How much is that going to cost compared to what we've got, what's potentially going to come in? We can't run at a loss.
Yeah, but we're talking an iconic British model maker.
But my mother is an iconic British Yorkshire fucking pudding maker. Right?
Not the same, Mark. Not the same, mate.
I'm sure if she went up against Auntie Bessie,
that might be the case, but loads of people go out and buy Auntie Bessie's.
Yeah, black dinner. My mum would be running at a loss, wouldn't she? Even though she's the world's best Yorkshire pudding maker. Well, second after me. But it all comes down to business, and it all comes down to money. And it don't matter how many of those 1,406 comments say, please, 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 high fives, I beg you, and comments like mine saying, take me money. Doesn't matter. If they're going to run at a loss or a potential loss, market comes second, money comes first.
Yeah, but then it's about risk as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
do they risk? It's risk.
Mark's back. Let me put Mark back on the stage. Mark's come back in. Yeah, bear with me. Chat between your sons. What's up, mate?
That's a £312 bibby.
Right.
I've got us £350 bibby for free.
Where from?
It's coming tomorrow.
Oh, off.
Down.
Cool.
It's
getting a bivvy tomorrow. Boo-boo!
It can fit two adult size bed chairs.
Listen.
It can fit two adult size bed chairs.
Yeah.
It's a big old foldable bivvy.
Yeah.
And it might fit in a case that big.
Right.
It's no space at all.
Cool.
And it could probably take up this, like, from your table.
Yeah.
To here.
And that's that, isn't it?
So,
and how much is that going to cost?
It's free. It's free. Is it free, George?
It is free.
It is free. It's free.
That's your price. That's your best price then.
Build it up.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Right, George is super excited because not only are we getting a free bivvy for fishing, he's actually going to set it up in his garden and show George round it. And do you want to sleep in it tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Shut up. Right, go on. Good night. Love you, son.
I've got a couple of portable gas rings for cooking and heating purposes.
I've got one of them portable gas fires in here, Mark.
Yeah, but no gas bottle.
I'll set you up for that one, mate.
Yeah,
I've got the gas bottle, but he's going to need a transit to pick it up.
George, bless him. You've got to love your sons, haven't you? Right, so I've got fucking hell. Have a minute here. Have a minute. Let's go back to the comments, see what else we've got on. So, scrolling down. Avro Hansen, HP, Hamden Scimitar, Gloucester Javelin. I've just done a Javelin. You don't need a no Javelin because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that one. Do you know what? That's another thing as well that we hadn't even thought about. I'll just say good night to Dave Taylor. Good night. Oh, great show, guys. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in, Dave. Appreciate you viewing and your comments, my friend. Thank you very, very much. Something that we haven't even considered. You know, when we're talking about, we're all sat around this fictitious table around at Airfix, and somebody says, "What about a so and so?" How do we know that they're not saying, "Well, we've got one, and there's no wrong with that"? Argue against that. Who makes that decision? Nobody.
Well, surely they must be equipped enough with records as to know when the last toolings were done, or the last production run of it was done.
Yes.
So,
but does it sound?
They must have records anyway.
Do you think, as modelers, chaps? Do you think, as modelers, we're greedy? Do you think we're greedy?
No, not greedy, needy.
Needy.
Yeah. I would say needy, Mark, not greedy.
But if that program was anything to go by, at least a couple of the production team are dedicated modelers themselves. So
Yeah.
Surely they
That's
must get they'll get the test shots and they'll build it to
Was it-
iron out any flaws with the instructions or build. So
Was it Prinjet or Pranjet that did the
Paranji.
mosquito?
Yeah,
Pranjit, he did the mosquito, didn't he? Because he went through CAD, he
Yeah.
designed it, he actually
Yeah.
built it, and that's what you need. You need more people like him.
yeah. They've even got people that don't work for Airfix, but they'll send them the test shots and they'll build it for them.
Yeah,
You know, as a man on the street would build it.
We're needy, not greedy. We're needy, not greedy.
we're needy. Yeah, we need that.
Let's put it this way: we are as modelers our own worst critics with regards how we could do things better, how the kit could be better, and how we could assemble, paint, finish, weather the kit better.
I'm sure that if any one of us was sat around Airfix's fictitious table on Monday morning, we'd literally go in and save the fucking company with what we're saying and what people are commenting. And everybody's absolutely the same. But it's like I've been continually saying all evening. We haven't got a clue. We don't know.
No.
We don't know.
You can please all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Or something like that. Absolutely.
I know what I meant.
Absolutely. How about a 1 in 32 range of classic piston fighters? No comments on that one. I'll tell you what as well. The further down that I scroll now on this Airfix thread, the fewer and fewer thumbs up appear, because that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. And they're getting few and far between. Have I got yes? So I've got the comments on, and you can see there's like 1, 3. It's not until you start getting right back up here. I'm talking like 10 minutes worth of scrolling. Mark, seeking AEW variant in 148.
Airborne early warning.
Oh, that would be nice. In 1 in 35.
That's the one that had the big upside down radome that rotated and slung underneath when it was in flight.
That's right. Yeah.
Duck hunting sort of thing.
I bet there's a conversion kit out there for it.
Probably is, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not until
To be honest, though, Paul. To be honest, though, with that new seeking tooling that they've just released, that is one of the options.
All right,
but the radome is slung from the underneath the fuselage, not from one of the sides of the fuselage. If you know what I mean?
By one of the wheels in it, or is it? No, it's by one of the.
It used to be just behind on the starboard side, just behind the wheel sponson, which rotated through 180 degrees, didn't it? But the new tooling, you can have it mounted in the center of the fuselage underneath.
Yeah, not really what you want.
No,
Graham Rennie says
Sorry,
chaps. Graham Rennie says a 1 in 48 Lysander, please.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well,
or a swordfish.
Swordfish.
Yeah, swordfish, nice. There's rigging in it. There's rigging on that.
Yeah.
Again, it's like why would Airfix bottom and something like that when Samuel's got all these subjects covered in for? Samuel's got most of the subjects that people are on about already covered. So Airfix are going to, the Airfix is going to. It's have to be a big consideration for them to, they're up against Tamiya. So why would they?
Up against Tamiya. Yeah, mate. Still scrolling up, still just getting lots and lots of blue thumbs ups. Still the blows. Then, so here, look, see straight away up to these comments when we're going back up now. Stuart, 1 in 32, Buck or Jaguar, 12. That one, what's that? 6 on that one. 7 thumbs up on that one. Did I just miss that? What were that? 7, 6. Have I missed? Oh, there. Some of the old 1 in 32 cars, 30-second scale cars from the 60s and 70s would be nice. Okay, not really a car guy, so I can't really say. 17 on that one. I keep telling you, says Bill Clark Scale Modelling. 1 in 48 Jaguar. You might as well have just put "you bastards" at the end. GR1/3. Come on, hurry up about it too, with not 1 but 2 exclamation marks, and that's all you're allowed in proper English. 11 thumbs up there for a new Tool 1 in 24 Hurricane or FW190. 11 thumbs up there for a new 1 in 72nd scale Tornado F3. 42 thumbs up here. I'm sure you've had enough suggestions over the years, says Dave. I'd say everything that once flew has probably been suggested once or twice. And Dave is taking the pragmatic approach here. These kits will never appear. However, a 1 in 72 Avro Manchester, Avro Lincoln, and DH Venom, any scale, would honestly make my year. Cheers and keep up the great work. I think he's got the 42 thumbs up there for the cheers and keep up the great work. 54 there. We've had that one. More Cold War British. 1 in 35 Ferret, Saracen, Saladin. We've had that one already. I am scrolling back up. 28 thumbs up there. Again, 1 in 48 Jag. 37 thumbs up there. Sepulchre Jag in 48 scale. 20 thumbs ups there. Oh, that's for civilian aircraft. 60. Now then, look at that. 60 thumbs up. New Tool Sterling, Halifax and Hampden. What the bloody... I don't even know what a Hampden is.
World War II twin engine light bomber.
All right, thanks. Cheers, guys. Cheers, big ears. Excellent suggestions all around, but an Avro Manchester will be very fitting.
Again, Avro Manchester.
23 thumbs
I think
up.
there's actually conversion kits out for 48 scale Lancaster. So
there's a baby Lancaster, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a twin engine Lancaster. They just extended the wings to make
our Airfix would take on such a project, but there's aftermarket,
Okay, Fred's probably gone back now, but right, chaps, I'm off back to do the day job tomorrow. Take care, been fun, lads. Cheers for that, Fred. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Fred.
Take care, Fred.
Just while Fred is either going or gone, just to show again.
Just to plug in again, mate.
There you go. That is Modelers United. That's Fred's clear acrylic varnish, aqua gloss, airbrush ready, 30mm. I have used it. Sweet as a nut, straight from the airbrush, 10 to 15 psi. Ideal for dipping clear parts, gloss coating before or after decals, and gloss coat matte paint. It's made in Scotland, and you can get that from Modelers. Modelers. What's the takeaway sign called? There's no computer people here, is there? Modelers / not slash. That's a slash, isn't it?
/
hyphen modelers hyphen united.co.uk. And I'm plugging that for Fred because obviously I got a bottle off him for nout. Have you enjoyed it tonight?
Yeah.
Typical Yorkshireman, out for now.
Yeah.
Out for now, yeah.
Have you enjoyed it tonight? Yeah.
Yes, Mark. Yes, Mark.
Paul.
He's gone.
He's gone on. He's probably gone for a wee, bless him. James, what are you building at the minute? What's happening in the shed? We've done with that. At the end of the day, let's just wrap that up. there's millions and millions and millions of ideas. Some great, some crackers. We all know what we'd like to see. We're just wrapping that segment of the show up, Paul. We've all got our own opinions. Right? So money's no object. Mark Bridge, what would you like to see in that Airfix range next year? Let's have yours. What would it be, mate?
124th Jaguar GR3.
Thank you very much, sir. And James down in that there Plymouth, what would you like to see?
That there Plymouth, like 32nd Buccaneer.
32nd Buck. Okay. All right. Okay. And Paul, what would you like to see Airfix bringing out, especially for you next year?
Well, I guess anything. I mean, like James has already covered what I'd like. So if James gets his 30 seconds, I don't need it because I'll just buy one of his. But for me, Airfix, anything in 30-second scale, pretty much. But to the standard and quality of like these new 124 scale Spitfires and stuff. So pretty much anything in 30-second scale.
Okay. And for me, I'm looking around now. For me, even though I'm not a World War II buff, the Spitfire, the new tool, was absolutely superb. I did, mind you, that Javelin were quite an old kit. I suppose, even though I'm not a Hurricane fan, and Paul knows I'm not a Hurricane fan, I think a Hurricane, Paul, in that new tool, exactly the same as the 1 in 24 Spitfire. Leave your comments. Tell us what you think before we move on. What would you definitely like to see? I just want the one thing. For me, I suppose that Hurricane, to have it side by side with that Spitfire, would look absolutely superb. And then after that, they can do a Stuka. Okay. We're just talking about what's on the benches then. So, James, we were talking to James. What's on the bench?
I have a SDKF set. Oh, that way. SDKF said 251.9.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a Puma.
Nice. Like it.
Oh,
go big, go home.
Nice. Like it. Nice.
All black base and raring and ready to go.
Go big, go home. Mr. Bridge.
Yes.
Your turn, Barry. What's up?
124th Airfix Jaguar GR3.
What's happening? What's doing?
Airfix 124 scale Jaguar GR3.
What's on there?
I've just said.
What's on
you
your
haven't got an
workbench,
Airfix
Mark?
1 in 24. What's on your workbench? King Tiger.
Get on your man.
That's
King Tiger, get on. Yeah, that's nice.
Coolio.
It's the tack-on version.
Yeah, nice. And tracks as well. Oh, workable.
Oh, yeah.
Or are they link and length?
No, they're not. They're individual, but they're plastic. And I'm not going to try and see if I can source some aftermarket metal ones.
Yeah.
Paul Radcliffe, what's on your bench at the minute? Because we can see.
I've got 1-to-1 scale Chaos.
I love it. I love it.
It's now I've got this in. I brought this in to inspire me.
Yeah.
I've got to finish off weathering this. I'll get it while I'm at it. Bear with me.
Cracking.
Christ, you parked the bike in that bugger.
It's like two badly parked Volkswagen Beetles. You could park his motorbike in that.
Yeah, you could.
Pull him up, lad.
No.
Come on, show us what you've got. Look at that.
Ah, beautiful.
Has he frozen? He's frozen. He's come back.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, that's the beast.
Obviously.
Yeah, you've got it. You've got it in shot there, mate. Hey, look
Yeah,
at this.
Very nice, mate.
Very nice, very nice. Oh, hey,
That's
don't
gonna
drop
be
the bleeding thing for Christ's sake.
That's Hobby Boss, isn't it?
It is, James. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
But I'm
Cool
just
beans.
basically.
Okay.
What are you on with, Mark?
Are we still there? We're still there. What am I on with? So I've been down to club today, and I ordered something from SGS Model Store in Leeds.
Oh, that makes two of us.
www.fgs Model Store. And because Sean comes down to our club on the second Saturday of every month, we're in a place called Upton Village Hall in Upton, which is near Pontefract, West Yorkshire, between 9 and 1 p.m. First and third Saturday. Sean always comes on the third. I did actually start that bit of a truck, the mini art truck, about 2 weeks ago. But I actually ordered a few bits from Sean in the meantime. They've come today and I've picked them up. So the truck has gone back in the box. And I've actually got, I know that there's light reflecting off that. I've got that.
I've had that.
Right. I've got that, which is, let me put my glasses on, which is a Kits World 3D printed 1:32 scale. And I've also got some Red Fox. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, the funny story with that, Paul, I did tell it to James earlier on before you joined the chat. I picked it up off Sean, and obviously I'm looking at that, right? And Sean's giving me the old, is that all right, mate? And I'm looking and I'm thinking, looks a bit shit, that really. That's really flat. That's really flat.
Well, you're looking at the bloody picture on it, aren't you, you bloody idiot?
Yeah. Yeah. Looking at it. Let me tell the story, God damn it. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that looks a bit flat. Is that all right, Mark? And I'm thinking, I can't believe I've just spent about 40 quid on that shit. What the fuck? And then I turned it round and obviously it's on that side. Yeah. So that is the Red Fox Studio 1:32 scale left order Phantom 2. Because do you know what? We've talked about this in the past, and before I wrap up, I have tried armor. I have, and I'm not saying we keep coming back to this argument of keep going with armor. It will find you eventually. Well, at the moment, if it hasn't got wings and missiles on it, my brain's just still not interested. So I've got a Revel 1:32 test flight Phantom that I haven't decided what scheme I'm going to do yet, whether I'm going to do the test flight or not, or whether I'm going to have it like a pre-production bird in a diorama with engines out and one thing or another. I really haven't made my mind up, because I have gone for the upgraded detailed cockpit set. And I'm going to start that probably tomorrow by labelling up all my sprues. I've got my sprue holder up here. You guys have got sprue holders, haven't you? Have you all got sprue holders?
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at James. Look at that. James has got his sprue holder. Absolutely. Mark, did you get a sprue holder?
I've got two. I've got three.
He's got 2 or 3, and I know that Paul showed me his last night, sprue holder, and I was very, very impressed. And the sprue holder, because he's actually attached it to the goddamn wall, which we can't see at the moment. No, we can't see it. Here we go. Come on, do it.
Here we go.
Do it. I mean, talk about ingenious, just to save a little bit of bench space. It's coming. Here it is. Spin it round, mate. Spin it round.
How do I do that?
How do I do that? How do I do that?
I'll have to do it that way.
Well, I can do it that way. Look at that.
Look at
Sprue
that.
holder on a bracket.
And it's a wraparound.
There you go. There's your one-to-one scale of chaos.
Happy days.
Perfect,
There's no wrong with that.
Perfect.
What scale is that? Can of Foster's?
That's 1 to 48. That Mark. Hang on a minute. It's now 1 to 32.
It's now empty.
And now it's 1 to fuck all.
Happy days, happy days. So that's what I've got on my bench. Guys, thank you. Listen, we've been going nearly 2 hours and 20 minutes, so I'm going to bump you all off one by one. I'm going to start with Paul, because he's on main screen. Paul, thank you ever so much for joining me this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the chat.
Yes, as always.
Certainly have. And I will talk to you probably tomorrow, mate.
Sound.
Adios, amigo.
Bye, everybody.
See you later, Paul.
So there goes Paul. Next up is Mr. Bridges on big screen. Thank you ever so much for joining me this evening, Mark. I've really appreciated your company.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And until next time, I will catch you later.
See you later, Mark.
And there goes Marky Mark. James, let's make you big screen. As usual, mate, it's been an absolute blast. A pleasure for you to come on and join us tonight.
Yeah, thank you
mate.
for asking yet again. Yep. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, mate.
Superb, mate. I thought quite a good topic tonight, even though I've sort of like piggybacked on somebody else's thread. Loads and loads of comments, which is what I wanted.
Yeah, you got loads of comments, mate.
So it's been bang on, mate. I will probably be on normal chat with you and Paul tomorrow, unless you are busy.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, I'll be all right. I'm spraying tomorrow, so I've got a base coat to do on the Puma, and I'll also do the base coat on the 251 as well, the little one.
Happy days.
So,
I'll let you crack on, go and get them dogs walked, and I will see you later.
Yeah, it's dog walking time. See you later, everyone.
Mate.
Thanks, Mark.
Laters.
See you later, mate.
And that leaves little old me. What we're going 2 hours and 21 minutes. I suppose in the grand scheme of things, let's harbour back. Great club today, 23 people in, and what a fantastic gift from Bob for our presentation raffle, which is on Friday, the 22nd of November. All the club, there's 46 boys and girls going up to a hotel on Friday, the 22nd of November. We're having the competition the Saturday before. And we've got a guest judge coming all the way over from Bolton, a good hour and a half drive. A lovely chap called Paul Wong. He's going to come on Saturday, I think it's the 16th, judge our competition, our annual competition. Then he's going to go home, take all the winners with him, not literally, all the answers with him. Then he's going to come back on Friday the 22nd. We're having a great meal, a great evening, and it's the first presentation evening that we're going to have. Okay, so that covers club. The topic of conversation tonight was, come on, Airfix, you've asked the question, when are you going to listen? I suppose that's the thing really, isn't it? When are you going to listen? It would appear that the general winner of tonight was a 1 in 48 or bigger Jaguar. And like I say, I'm not a big Jaguar fan, but I certainly wouldn't mind having a crack at a 1 in 24, a 1 in 32, or 1 in 24. I certainly wouldn't mind a little bit of that. Okay. And I have piggybacked onto the fact that Airfix did put that question onto their Facebook page. I am going to start that Phantom tomorrow. I do need to get back into something with wings, bombs, and missiles because this armor thing is just not kicking it for me. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Been carrying on now 2 hours and 23 minutes. Thanks to everybody that's put the comments on, and thanks to everybody that's joined in. I thoroughly hope that you've all enjoyed it. Okay, and we'll leave it at that. Stay safe, everybody. I always say that. That's from the COVID times. Stay safe, everybody. Take care. Love you all. Thank you very much. And I will see you next time. Cheers.